Hey guys, um, yeah, I just wanted to recap tonight's game. Just a heck of a game, heck of a game. This is why you love the NBA playoff. You love basketball. It's nice like tonight, no doubt about it. I figured the Lakers were gonna win Game One. Obviously, the Warriors were coming off a very tough series versus the Kings, and a Game Seven that was just played, I think, about 48 hours ago. So Um, clearly, I felt like the Lakers were the better team tonight. You saw Anthony Davis and LeBron play more than 40 minutes. I mean, they were just gutting it out. Um, and also, you could not see two teams that were more different in styles. I mean, the Lakers, they play bully ball, trying to get inside, get points in the paint. And the Warriors are about as jump shooting, small size team as you're going to see in basketball, trying to ramp up the pace. Um, So let's start with the Lakers side of it. And so if I'm a Lakers fan tonight, I feel really good. I mean, and as a neutral fan, I think the Lakers are going to win the series in six. That's maybe not what I would have picked at the beginning of this series. I did not make a pick, and because I kept going back and forth, and I had no idea, I couldn't make up my mind. And and the fact that my heart wants to say the Warriors, and the fact that I couldn't make my mind, maybe you know, is kind of a sign that I think the Lakers are going to win. That I thought the Lakers were going to win even prior to Game One, and now um, I'm more convinced of that. Unfortunately, for my uh, preference of the Warriors winning, um, they're just a bigger team. I think it's a big mismatch. I mean, Anthony Davis's game tonight: 30 points, 20 rebounds, four block shots. LeBron wasn't even good tonight offensively, but defensively he had 11 rebounds, four block shots. Jared Vanderbilt's size was an issue all night long. They didn't even play Rui Hachimura very much because they focused on playing Anthony Davis and LeBron more, but I think he could have a big role to play in this series. Uh, Schroeder was very good off the bench. D'Lo was very good also. They got in the paint at will, both of them. So the so when you look at the Lakers, I mean the free throws disparity. They had 26 free throws, I think, to nine. They had, um, you know, I think 12 or 14 fouls to the worst, 26 or something fouls. So the foul disparity was huge. Um, the rebounds were surprisingly close. Um, I'm trying to think. There's another. Yeah, points in the paint. I mean, the Lakers just crushed the Warriors in the paint. It was like 50 to 20 something. I don't know the exact numbers, but so and the free throws obviously huge disparity there. 26, I think 6 or something like that. 29 6 or something like that. So the Lakers, I mean, just bullied their way to victory. I mean, they played like a team in the '90s would have played. They were horrendous from three pointers. Um, so that's the Lakers side of it. Great size. They have all the mismatches in the series. Um, you know, as long as Anthony Davis keeps what he did tonight, and he doesn't have to get 30 and 20, but the same kind of effort, because I think they're going to get more out of LeBron. They can get a little bit more out of Austin Reeves. I think they'll get less out of D'Lo because I thought he had a really good game, but I don't think he's going to keep that up. I thought a lot of that had to do with bad defense from the Warriors. Um, yeah, I think Rui Hachimura will play a better role. I like Troy Brown was pretty bad defensively, but I think he'll get better as the series goes on. Um, I'm trying to think. I think Schroeder played really well tonight. Again, as I said, I don't think he'll keep that up all series, but like I said, I think I like what I saw from the Lakers overall. I think if they're the clear favorite now, they won home court advantage. So um, that's the Lakers side of it. Now, if you're a Warriors fan, this is why I wouldn't be too discouraged. Even though I'm picking the Lakers, it's not like I'm going, like 100, 10 toes deep. I mean, like this is a 50-50 series. This is a toss up. I'm giving the Lakers a slight edge, but if you are the Warriors, there's many adjustments you can make. For one, Draymond was in foul trouble tonight, and I thought, he was a victim of a few bad calls. Um, But outside of that, let's just say he's a little smarter and just stays out of foul trouble. He's a guy you can't put on Anthony Davis, and who's going to make life very hard for Anthony Davis because I still think Draymond's one of the best defensive players in this league. He has extremely long arms. He's very thick. He's not long, but when you got long arms to challenge shots, you don't need to be tall. So because of his arm length, he's going to be able to challenge Anthony Davis's shots, and because of his size, he's going to keep him away from the rim. So those two things lead me to believe that he can really help on Anthony Davis. But if he's guarding Anthony Davis so much, that means he's not freelancing as much, which I think the Warriors would prefer. They would prefer that Kevon Looney can handle that matchup. Kevon Looney tonight didn't get it done. He was amazing on the rebounding end, but in terms of defending Anthony Davis, he was just too slow. Now, sometimes, when you're a hitter in baseball and you see a 97 mile an hour, because fastball, and the thing about Anthony Davis is he's a rare combination of speed and size. So when you first see a 97 to 101 mile an hour fastball, you swing through it and you're just laid on it because you're just not used to it. But I've seen Kevon Looney guard, James Harden on pick and rolls, on switches. So I think Looney will do a better job than Anthony Davis in the remaining part of the season. If he doesn't, they can put Draymond on him. But I think Looney will do a better job on him just because he's just going to get more used to that speed and that size, and he'll be able to put a body on. And Kevon Looney is a type of center Anthony Davis hates. And a lot of nights, Anthony Davis will take off. And even in the Memphis series, he will take off nights because he doesn't like to bang inside. He doesn't like to get physical with guys. And tonight he used his quickness to get good shots off against Kevon Looney. But again, I still think Kevon Looney is going to get used to that pace, and he'll make it more challenging. Now, will he make it challenging enough that the Warriors won't have to go to Draymond, and that it won't be such a mismatch as it was tonight? We'll see. I think Kevon Looney will be able to because he's the younger player, and like I said, Kevon Looney has seen it all. I mean, he has seen it all, so I think he will do a better job. If he doesn't, then they'll have to switch to Draymond. The other option is the Warriors can go to more zone. And we saw that late in the game. Steve Kerr did it, and I think it worked great because until the Lakers show you that they're going to hit jump shots, I think you got to go to more zones. It'll help with the rebounding, and it will help especially just keep easy buckets out of the paint. So those are main adjustments. And then on offense, what the Warriors need to do is they need to get Steph more involved in pick and rolls. Like tonight, Vanderbilt was tremendous on Steph, but there was a lot of double teams off the ball. There was a lot of stuff that they were able to do on Steph to keep him from going off and getting the type of shots and the volume of shots especially that he needs to really hurt you. But a lot of that has to do, again, I love Klay, but man, Klay, 9 to 20, you got to be better, bro. Like Klay's one of my favorite players. I've said it, I think he should be a top 50 player all time. I think he's one of the best offensive players in this league, even after the injury. He has got to be better, man. Klay Thompson has got to be better. He was very good in the opening quarter, and then after that, it was bad shot after bad shot. Jordan Poole, the fact that Jordan Poole got so many good looks tonight, the Lakers are going to have to make adjustments, and I don't know what they're going to be able to do except to, again, Anthony Davis is going to have to, on those pick and rolls, the big man is going to have to come up on the Lakers, and that spells for trouble. Wiggins can be better. He didn't shoot the ball from three well tonight. And Steph can be and I think Steph will be a lot better because they're going to find ways to get him open looks, especially on pick and rolls. I think the off-the-ball action is going to be a little harder in this series. I think it's encouraging that Kevon Looney and Andrew Wiggins got so many rebounds. DiVincenzo and Moody, I think their minutes need to be reduced, and I think you might have to put in Kuminga a little bit more to get more size. I think putting in a guy who's 6'7", 225, and Kuminga improved a lot as a shooter this year, so I think that's worth exploring. Because the thing about Moody and DiVincenzo, and Gary Payton Jr., I mean, all three of those guys, they're kind of the same player, and I just think Gary Payton's going to have to make his threes, but I think he will start knocking down his threes. Because they're leaving Gary Payton and Draymond wide open, which is how they're able to cover Steph, is because they're literally at times leaving two guys wide open. So once those guys start hitting their threes more, which Gary Payton's been able to hit threes pretty consistently. Um, Draymond's not gonna be. I don't think Draymond's gonna hit his threes. So, but he's smart enough as a player that he's gonna be able to do some things on offense to get other guys involved. But that's the key. Is Steph has got to be like tonight. Anthony Davis outplays Steph Curry. Steph Curry's got to be the best player in this series, and I think he is the best player in this series, especially offensively. Like Anthony Davis is. You could argue Anthony Davis is going to be the best player in this series because he's just better defender and he's a great defender. And if he plays like that offensively, he's going to be great. But but Steph was not Steph tonight. He played really well, but he didn't get the volume of shots because Vanderbilt did such a good job, and the Warriors took a long time to make adjustments. And I think in this series, there's only one day in between games off. And I think for a guy like LeBron James and for Anthony Davis, it's going to be really hard to keep up that rhythm. And that's why I think the Lakers played him 40 plus minutes tonight because they knew they had to get this victory for this very reason. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors win game 2. I think the Lakers should win game 3 and 4. But again, those are going to be the key games, 3 and 4. If the Warriors get a game 3 or game 4, they're going to win this series. The Warriors will win game 5. The Lakers will win game 6. And if there's a game 7, I think the Warriors will win it. So that's the way I see this series. But if there is no game 7, I see the Lakers winning. But the key, I think, for the Warriors is get Steph more involved. And a huge factor in freeing up Steph is if Andrew Wiggins, if Klay Thompson, if those two guys can get going, and if you get Gary Payton Jr., DiVincenzo, and Moody and Kuminga, to hit their shots, hit their open threes, I think that's going to help. Because right now, literally, the Lakers are giving no respect to those other guys, and that's why Poole went off tonight, and he can hurt them more, and he probably will. But it's like the Lakers have got to pick their poison, and right now they're saying, hey, let the other guys beat you. Let's not let Steph beat us, and they're doing a great job of that. But if you're the other role, and especially Klay Thompson, like I said, I love Klay Thompson. I think he should be a top 50 player all time. He's a 40% plus in his sleep shooter, and he has got to be that in this series. He's got to shoot 40% plus from threes, and tonight he was not that. He was 6 of 16, and he was 9 of 24 from the field. Klay has got to be better. He's just got to be better. I understand that he's not the same defensive player he was prior to injury, but if he's not even the same offensive player, then which I think he still is. I think he's just as good as he was pre-injury offensively. But if he's not in this series, then I don't think the Warriors are winning this. What scares me for the Warriors is we have not seen LeBron James. He didn't look. I don't know. I don't know how to judge it, but LeBron does not look like he's healthy to me. He's playing off the ball a lot. He's not going in the paint as much. Obviously, he played 40 minutes tonight. Maybe it's just he's tired, but when you see him have a poor shooting night like that, and he's not getting the rim as much when that's his trademark. He's not handling the ball as much. There's a lot of things he's not doing as much, and part of that is maybe because he's older, he doesn't have that same volume, but in terms of effort, he can't sustain efforts as long as he used to. But yeah, there's something that tells me he's not quite right because he was still averaging close to 30 points a game in the regular season. He was very efficient, and he was not that tonight. So, and even in the Memphis Grizzlies series, he doesn't seem quite right to me. So I hope that's not the case, that he's playing injured and that it gets worse and worse as the series goes on, because I really want to see the players decided. I don't want to see injuries. I want to see the best team win. I want to see these two teams gut it out because it's going to be a heck of a series. So this video has gone on way too long, so I'm going to leave it at that. But man, if you're a basketball fan, you got it. Just like soak it all in because this is, like I said, it's two teams that are playing two different styles, and it is creating a basketball that is just awesome to watch. It is. the changes in rhythm. You know, like the Warriors are just pushing it. They're launching threes. They're forcing the Lakers to gut it out. I mean, the Lakers were exhausted because they're running after these shooters, and I wonder if the Lakers are going to be able to do this for 6 games, right? Um, and then on the other hand, the Lakers are just like slowly coming up the court. You know, D'Lo's getting in pick and rolls. Anthony Davis is posting up. LeBron's posting up. So it's just such a different style. Both teams are getting their shots in such a different fashion. It's really fascinating to watch. So, anyways, enjoy this series, guys, and stay tuned because obviously I'm gonna talk a lot more about this series. All right, bye, guys.